Hey, hope your Monday's going well. Brian and Janelle's still here, except Janelle's not here. She is here, but just far too busy to be part of overtime, apparently. No, good to see you guys. Just so you know, we will be doing overtime live every day this week. The governor gave his stay-at-home order starting late tonight / tomorrow for almost everybody. But gratefully, we're essential, or at least we can call ourselves essential. So we'll be live here every day. Be sure to tune in for that. We're going to talk a little bit. I want to get your recommendations for stuff to watch, since we're all going to be binge watching even more likely in the days ahead. But before we do that, I've given Janelle a hard time about the sugar in her coffee. Are you familiar with this? Like, in terms of how much she puts in her coffee. Now, think to yourself, like when you add things to your coffee, like sugar, maybe you have a little sugar packet, and you just tear it, and you just pour it in your coffee. Maybe you have like a little dish, you take a spoon, and you pour a little bit of sugar in your coffee. Or if you're Janelle, and you're at work, this is your sugar dispenser.
I knew it.
Look at this. Look at this.
That's what y'all provide. That's what you guys
is
provide.
Her sugar dispenser.
That's what they provide.
Open this up and pour this in.
Guess what? I don't need cookies. I don't need cake. I don't need pasta. I don't need bread. Thank you.
Hold up. So yesterday we had a meeting after the governor's announcement. We had a meeting live on just as a team.
Yeah, and I was eating Fruit Loops. Guess why? Because you can make exceptions and give yourself a treat.
She's over here always talking about how she's not, and she happens to be eating Fruit Loops. I don't have sugar. I don't have bread. I don't have sugar.
I don't. Compared to other people, I don't.
I don't have sugar.
Thank you. That's not what I said. I
Put
said
right
bread,
there.
pasta. Man, you are busy policing people. What are you eating? Let's talk about what you eat.
I'm not eating that much sugar. So we need to, I want to get your recommendations on what have you seen, what are you watching in terms of stuff that for Christian families would be acceptable, maybe for older Christian kids, as we got a lot of time on our hands, people.
What's up, Misty? Adrian, happy Monday. Deborah, Mike. It is a new week. It is awesome. Sheila, she says she's back. Good morning. Deborah says that's a bit huge, and if it's real sugar, that's better than the other sugars. That's all right.
For size comparison, it's as big as my head. That's
what they provide at WCRF. Thank you.
No, we got this.
You're not in my kitchen.
We got this when she started working here.
Of course, they're gonna blame Janelle.
We did. Ask Paul.
I didn't ask for that.
You needed it. Okay, so a couple of things. Dallas Jenkins joined us. Dallas Jenkins is a movie director, and he gave some great recommendations for stuff you could watch with your Christian families. The first one would be his miniseries. I called it a miniseries again. It's not a miniseries. You could watch Dallas's production. It's a multi-season TV series about the life of Jesus, and it's totally free right now. It's called The Chosen. And it's as simple as going onto your smartphone or wherever your connected device is, to your TV, your Roku, your stick, or whatever it is, and you type in searching for The Chosen, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So, look, I just did The Chosen in the App Store. There it is, The Chosen. That's free. You could watch that as a family. I think we're going to do that in my family.
That's cool.
What else are we going to do? Stay-at-home order. Also, Dallas recommended 3 documentaries on Netflix that he thought would be great for your family. Number 1 is called Abstract, the Art of Design. Abstract, the Art of Design. He said that one looks at each episode a different famous designer around the world. One guy designs shoes for Nike. One guy was the one who designed Instagram. And it talks about just their thinking and all that while she's over there complaining. What are you complaining about? I'm working. The second one he recommends is called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. You might have heard of it, but it's a kind of a reality show of just keeping organized with a famous designer named Marie Kondo. The last one is, I think it's Hiro, Dreams of Sushi, but Hiro spelled Jiro. It's a Japanese sushi chef, and it talks about his business and his life and how he's a perfectionist and all that. He said it was really good. Jiro, Dreams of Sushi. So those are things he recommended. What do you recommend people watch?
There are two things that I'm gonna, well, actually, several things. As a family, we're still trying to get everybody together to watch Contagion. And so Len wasn't cooperating yesterday because he wanted to get stuff done. So that's on our list. There's a movie, and it's inspired by the life of Madame C.J. Walker.
Huh?
She's an African-American washer. Like, she used to wash people's clothes. And she became a self-made millionaire building a beauty empire. And the main character in that movie is one of the women that did Hidden Figures. It looks really good, y'all. And the other one, which I would recommend, it's a series, and it's called Little Fires Everywhere. It was actually a book, and the series is on Hulu, and the whole story is set in Shaker Heights, y'all. And when my children and I looked up the author, she's an Asian American woman who grew up in Shaker, but she sets this fictional story in Shaker based off her experience. Y'all gotta watch that. It looks really good. Kerry Washington is in there, and Reese Witherspoon. They're in it, and it's in Hulu. So those are the things on my
We've got some recommendations coming in. Jennifer Jones says to watch Self-Made on Netflix. She's watching it with her girls. What?
You watching it too, girl? I'm trying to watch Self-Made. I have a son. That's the first movie I said. I have a son who wants to be a businessman, and when I showed him the trailer, he's like, "What? Who's she?" And so I was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch that
Hold up.
movie."
Do you need some more sugar at all in your coffee?
I am all set.
You're good. There's a little left. There's a little
Jennifer, Self-Made looks really, really good. It would be great for the girls. I can't wait to watch it. Jennifer Morocco says, "Good morning. I'm bringing British detective shows on BritBox."
BritBox is a British TV streaming service that has all those British TV shows. A lot of people love those British detective things. I know what you're talking about.
Sagar says, "Help me. I am in quarantine in a small house with 3 kids and homeschooling. Then thought open door school."
Yeah, Sagres, we're with you, brother.
Sheila says, "Old school Disney movies, but I have younger kids. Those are fun."
Yeah, no, those are super good. A lot of them haven't seen some of the old ones. And if you get Disney Plus, I mean, it's not that expensive. It's like $7 a month, $8 a month, and they really have almost all their movies on there.
Angela, I wanted to read the book before I watched the movie. Thank you for reminding me of audiobook. She said she loved the book, Little Fires, based in Shaker Heights, and binge watched the first 3 episodes. She said the audiobook is awesome. I'm going to look it up.
And that's on Netflix?
That's on Hulu. And the author was also on New York Times. They were featuring her story. And I told my sons, what a way. She taught, you guys got to see like
do I need to get Hulu?
Yes, you do, actually.
I feel like it's the one left. I don't, Kelly, yeah? I feel like I need to get Hulu. It's like the one thing left.
She had some experiences in Shaker Heights in the 90s and then made a book. And I told my son, the one who's a writer and all this, I was like, man, what a way to get, like, to do something about your experiences. You use your talent and make a movie out of it and bring to light stuff, issues. It's so good. Please look it up. Little Fires Everywhere. It's a book and a movie.
I got to get Hulu now, though.
Yeah, you do. Callie says, living out my dream of being a police officer. Is that a movie? Or you're a police officer? Do you understand that?
She must have made a comment earlier. Help us understand, Callie. Stacy said Vera on BritBox. I think BritBox is getting more popular. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah,
there is some great British stuff out there. I mean, if you have Disney Plus, you can binge watch all the Marvel movies.
Oh, yes.
In order that they're supposed to be watched.
Star Wars. We started watching that. We're still on number 4. So
she watched them in the wrong order, so.
Jennifer says, there's a lot of sex in Little Fires show. Aw, I didn't know. But I would still look at the movie. I mean, read the book or check the book out for myself. Yvonne, just to see what it's about. I don't know what when I looked at the story, I didn't realize there were relationship stuff in there.
Yvonne Pointer's there. What's up, Godmother?
Callie says, watching Chicago PD.
Yes, Sarah loves Chicago PD. Loves Chicago PD. It's what is
That's the name of the movie?
No, it's a TV series.
Oh.
It follows a detective squad in the Chicago Police Department. You never heard of that?
No.
Never even heard of it.
Jennifer says she skipped some parts Oh, in episode 2. Oh, okay. That's helpful, Jennifer.
Oh yeah, we missed Callie's comment about Chicago PD. Sarah loves that. She loves Chicago Fire. Chicago Med's another one she watches a lot of.
Mike says One-on-One, Bobby Benson.
If you haven't watched it, I think Blue Bloods is a really good series.
I've heard of you guys, and Dr. Rydelnik watches it.
Dr. Rydelnik watches it. It follows a family in New York, and the patriarch of the family is the police commissioner. Tom Selleck's in it. It's on Netflix, like every season. There's tons of seasons. And I think there's a lot of, like, I'd watch that with my older kids.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing that bad in there.
Yeah. I watched Outbreak with Isaiah. It was older than I was like, and he likes 90s movies.
Are you watching those like pandemic movies with your kids, or is that just going to stoke the flames of fear?
No.
Contagion is pretty serious.
No, we might not have the younger ones watch it. My teenager needed to watch it because he was the main one, like, oh, that's so messed up, and we're making a big deal out of it, and look, you're so scared, because I kept saying, no, you can't go. You can't go hang out. When he watched Outbreak, which is actually old, he was like, oh my gosh. And he started telling his siblings, like, y'all don't need to go next door. So I think some of the older kids need to watch it. And he watched the whole thing, and he was
that's
like,
good thinking,
wow.
because I almost rented Contagion. You can rent it on Amazon. It's pretty cheap. It's like $4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I saw that in Google.
To stream it on Amazon.
Yeah.
So, have you done that one yet? Contagion?
Not Contagion.
It's better. It's 2011.
It does look better, and we were going to watch it with the adults. But you know your kids, but you don't think older teenagers need to understand?
I think they do, and that's why. Have any of you watched some of those pandemic Hollywood films with your kids? I mean, even Netflix has a documentary series called Pandemic. That's like,
yes, I saw that.
It's pretty intense.
I think they need to, even little things like this. Let me tell you all this. So Walgreens is open. Target is open. Isaiah went with his uncle to Target to go and get stuff we needed. And he was like, oh my goodness, it reminded me of the movie Outbreak, which we had just seen. And he was careful to like wash his hands when he walked into the house because he was dealing with the groceries. A couple days ago, I would have been the one. And then I would have been the one to be like, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then he kept telling me, Ma, calm down. It's not a big deal. When he saw the movie, he was like, oh my goodness.
You gotta wash that kid's mouth out with soap.
I know. Mary says freedom
Teenagers
riders.
think they know everything.
They do. Telling me you're so scared it's not that serious. Dude, you're like 16. And then I'm like, so what do you think about all these restaurants closed? We're just
scared? Who do you think you are, teenager? If you're a teenager, you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Sit down.
Misty says, what's the movie about Ben Carson? Gifted Hands. We saw him on the press conference, and I told my kids I want them to watch his movie, but I can't think of the name. It's Gifted Hands, really good movie. There's a book out there, but I watched the movie with my boys.
Dennis is at work with Len.
Dennis. Yeah, what's up, Dennis?
You know what,
You
Dennis?
guys are essential workers. High five.
And I would say, Dennis, go up to Len and say, hey, Len. Or you'd be Larry there. Larry, Brian says get to work. That's what you need to do.
Tell
Just
him,
go.
Dennis.
Brian says get to work. Okay? Do that for me and tell me how it goes.
Mary says Freedom Riders was a great movie on Netflix based on a true story. It's on Netflix. I would not be it for young children, but older teenagers and parents.
You know, I feel like people know this, but maybe you don't, okay? You can rent movies on YouTube, Amazon, where else?
Google, yes, YouTube. I'm sorry.
YouTube, Amazon.
Prime. They have a lot of movies. We've rented movies there.
And you don't have to go get the red box thing and touch that case everyone else has touched.
Nasty. And then you forget, and then they charge you for the
Right.
whole DVD.
Before, you'd laugh at me for talking about the nasty case, but now all of you are like, oh yeah, nasty case. Yeah, I want to touch that. I want to touch that. But stream that stuff. It's not that expensive. Maybe $1 more than what you do.
And then you're home
somewhere else. Yeah.
And then they give you 48 hours from the moment you click play. I was gonna say, one good movie that my little ones even saw, and it was very touching. Miracle Worker, Helen Keller. Because I know some people are talking about Freedom Riders and some other ones that may not be for little kids. Miracle Worker, oh my goodness. Because Helen Keller was about their age. So the younger ones really related, and we got into great discussions about how she still, redeemed, like her life was redeemed. She was used in great ways.
That's a super old one, though, isn't it?
It is old, but they loved it.
It's so hard to get kids to watch the old stuff.
My kids like it.
I've been trying to convince Marshall to watch Top Gun. I cannot get that kid to watch Top Gun.
Really? My kids like it. In fact, my teenager says he was born in the wrong generation. He says he loves the movies and the songs from the 90s. So he tells his friends, I'm a 90s kid.
No,
There's some good movies. But your Top Gun is 80s.
Yeah.
So maybe that's, I don't know. Callie, the Helen Keller movie. That's a good one. Shane, have you heard of that one, Brian?
No, she's asking where can you watch that Helen Keller movie? Is that on Amazon? Can you rent it there? Miracle Worker?
It might be on YouTube.
Again, search on YouTube or on, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you pay the annual fee. You have access to Amazon movies. You just search on Amazon for it. And you can rent it right there.
Yeah.
Stream it on your TV and such.
Yeah, that was a great, great movie. Hoopla is an app you can watch for free with your library card. Oh, I didn't know.
Hoopla, yeah. You can check out digital books there, and I'm sure movies too. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Sheila says, I like mysteries, diagnosis, Murder, She Wrote.
We used to watch Murder, She Wrote when I was a kid all the time.
Y'all never mention, I don't know if this is like not Christian, but Gone with the Wind. Like, y'all don't watch that?
I don't need to watch that.
Why?
It's too old. But Murder,
Okay.
She Wrote. Here's my only comment on Murder, She Wrote. Every week, this woman finds herself right by a murder. No one ever asks her if she did it. I mean, I've never been around a murder. Murder, She Wrote every week she is. It's kind of ridiculous.
Carrie says, my family loves Hoopla. You don't like Murder, She Wrote. That's what you're saying.
Who?
You.
I watched it a lot, but the premise is odd. Like, every week this woman's around a murder, and no one ever questions her.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that happen?
Callie likes Blue Bloods. They
Blue
are
Bloods
a
is
good
awesome.
Catholic family and have a Sunday meal together.
And you know yeah. I think the whole thing is on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
If you like crime shows, it's real good.
Carrie says that Hoopla has movies, TV series, audiobooks, and ebooks.
Check out Hoopla.
Waterworld? That sounds
Suckers,
familiar.
that's like Kevin Costner's worst movie. Bro, really? I mean, I don't mind it, but... Okay, dude, whatever. You're a pastor, so I'll take your advice.
My favorite person today is...
Brian. Yay, I'm your favorite person!
Stacy loves Blue Bloods. Jennifer's watching Black Lightning. Have you heard of that?
Of course I have.
Heard of that.
Oh, she's never heard of this, Jennifer.
Sorry.
The CW has a whole bunch of DC Comics series. Black Lightning's one of them. The Flash,
I don't know.
Green Arrow.
None of that.
Supergirl. She doesn't know anything. It's probably because she's got some kind of sugar problem in her head.
I do.
From all that sugar.
Dan, what's up, Dan? He says we watched Remember the Titans. Love that one.
Great movie.
Streamed from Amazon.
There
We
it is.
own 3 seasons of Little House. Ooh, yes. And all Gilligan's Islands. I've been watching home movies.
Oh, home movies. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Theola says Perry Mason, Ironside, Matlock.
Yeah, some of those old crime shows.
I know, but I started Punky Brewster with the girls. They like it. They've been binge watching.
My kids like Punky Brewster too.
They do?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
but
cool.
we had to order the DVD set. I don't know where you can stream that.
On Hulu.
Well, obviously, Hulu. I don't. It's the one I don't have.
It's Hulu.
You guys have everything. You're so spoiled.
Yeah. Theola, Catherine, Mike, Swiss Family Robinson.
But yeah, very high crime rate in Cabot Cove, man. Right? Yeah. People watched that show for decades. This woman was around so many murders, and no one questioned it.
Yeah, so...
Some great
I guess
ideas
which
here. You
one am
can
I
use
gonna-
this video. We archive these videos. You can go back and look through all these tips and ideas to watch with your family. Because here's my thing. I get annoyed when people do the whole don't watch TV, read a book thing. There is great value in the art of great film and TV series.
The Patriot, I use movies a lot there are like groups for homeschoolers and anybody can, but it's like something about movies, YouTube, Netflix, etc. And so they share based on whatever you're learning, movies you can watch to complement the lesson. The Patriot was one that was amazing.
The Patriot is where I took Sarah to the Patriot on our very first date.
As a history buff.
We held hands. It's a big deal.
What?
Long movie. Also, I think Glory, the old Civil War film from the 80s, is one of the best Civil War things you could ever watch in your entire life.
What's it called again?
Glory.
Oh, yeah. I've
never
never
seen
watched
that?
one.
Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman.
What? What have I been doing?
Glory, it's so good. Matthew Broderick's in that.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Glory? Glory is so good. It's about the Massachusetts 54th, which was the first black regiment in the Civil War. You don't care about that.
No. Jennifer Morocco says, but also reading out loud, even to your older kids, is invaluable. I agree, and we always have a book going on. Right now, we're reading Paddle to the Sea. Even my older kids love it. And we're in the middle of reading Scavenger Hunt. Oh, my goodness, it's so good. So, yes, that's a good one, Jennifer. Sandy says the first Helen Keller movie starred Patty Duke as Helen. She cannot be surpassed. I didn't realize there were two. I don't know which one.
No, that's it.
Maybe that's the one.
Patty Duke.
Tara says, I've been trying to find some good Spanish shows, movies. Occasionally, I'll just switch the language to Spanish because I really want to be fluent. Movies and music have been helpful. So far, I've only found Grand Hotel and Siempre Bruja. They are okay.
What, any recommendations?
The best one of all time, and it's very safe for the whole family, is called El Chavo. El Chavo.
Isn't that the guy who's the drug kingpin from Mexico?
No.
It's El Chapo.
No, yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know.
El Chavo is a genius artist from Mexico, and he played multiple characters in this series. It was like for kids, but adults love him. And he was an 8-year-old that lived in a little barrel. Look it up. It's a cartoon, but it's also live. Like it's kind of like Winnie the Pooh, how they did both versions. Look it up on YouTube. El Chavo is great. And so it'll be a fun one you can watch with the kids too.
All right. Some good advice there.
Dora. Sagres is watching Dora with his kids.
All day, yet you poor man. At least it's not Barney. That'd be worse.
Oh, yeah. Glory. Miss Anita's agreeing with you.
You really got to watch Glory.
I got to watch that. Is it good for the kids?
Older
or is
kids.
it teeners? Okay.
Older kids, because there's Civil War violence in it.
Oh, okay.
It's a story about the Massachusetts 54th and the Civil War. It's incredible. Denzel Washington. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Can't believe you haven't seen it. Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You got to watch Glory. You should do it this week, okay? That's your assignment.
Yeah, that is my assignment. Yes, I will do that.
All right.
Because we've covered all of that. But I was going to find the link to El Chavo, and then I'll share it with you guys on this thing so you guys can watch it. Oh, there we go. El Chavo del Ocho. Yeah. I learned to love and understand my Latin friends better. El Chavo del Ocho is the bomb. You're going to love him.
Why would she say, though, I'd learned to understand my friends better? Like, is there something uniquely cultural about it? El Chavo?
No. Maybe he comes up a lot. He's very much kind of like, he's part of the culture, El Chavo. I don't know why she said that.
Okay.
Sarah, why'd you say that? Put it up. Slip in some old-time VeggieTales. Aw.
Yeah, kids still love VeggieTales for sure.
VeggieTales is awesome. All right, I'll look it up, and then you guys keep putting on this conversation, ideas, because, people are looking for ideas on what to watch.
And then, remember, download the Moody Radio mobile app and join us each morning. We're going to be on live on the radio from 6 to 9. You can stream us on your smart device or whatever at home or your smart speaker. You can stream us from a computer, from your phone. Moody Radio mobile app. You can just stream us right there. Don't miss the show. We'll be live tomorrow as well. We'll be right back here at 9:05 as well. Okay?
Okay, so before we go, and Miss Anita says a trilogy, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry for Kids. That's a good book. Yes, thank you. Sarah says, Janelle, it has to be The People one. So I found here, I'm pasting it right now. It's on YouTube, and it's several episodes of El Chavo. He's so funny, and the kids love him. It went on for decades in Latin America. It's a big time show, and it's very safe for the family. Sarah also says, because I came to understand cultural differences.
Love your neighbor.
Love your neighbor, the Latin mindset better. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, bye, guys.
All right. Peace out.